So I was wondering what the fog was, so I decided to take some water off of the car and put it underneath a microscope this morning. What we see right away is some of these pieces of technology, those white things that have, you can see them with little dots on them. Excuse me, and you can see the water. I know how to recognize these, so I can tell you that, like, that little circle where I have my mouse is actually a stem cell. It's a little hard to see with the naked eye. We'll probably find some other ones that where it's a little more obvious, but these things capture, you can see the little red dots in here. These are all little stem cells, and these are them in the water as well. So those pieces of technology that we see, this is exactly what we see in the blood, and it's what we see in every water source. And a stem cell itself, under a microscope that looks for energy, looks exactly like this. It has different rings of energy around it, and you can kind of see those rings, and they kind of circle. And so if we go outwards, we see, this is literally from water that's on our car. We have lots of stem cells and lots of these entities, technologies. I believe it's a technology, and they in the body show up and they grow, and we see them cause all sorts of havoc inside the blood. So these are all over the place. This is one that would be recognized as, you can see the stem cells attached to this one a little more clearly in the area that's in focus right now. You can see them here and here, and a lot of these little dots are the very small ones. So this piece of technology, or whatever it is powered by, or attracts these stem cells, I believe, powered by. And when we kill these, when we stop them from working, which we can do inside the body and in the water, these stem cells will actually move off. They survive, and they move off into the water in this case. In the body, they move off into the plasma. You just see them pull off. You can see the ring here. You can see that even if it's out of focus, there's a stem cell involved in that spot, and you can see them here. It's very interesting what's going on there. But if we look at this from a high level, for example, just take a look at how many of these things we end up seeing in this drop of water that came off of the car during the fog this morning. You can see these things all over the place, and you can see the stem cells all over the place. And this is particularly bad. From when I've seen other rainwater, this to me looks very particularly bad and worse than what we typically see. And this is the type of things that when we see this stuff in the blood, we often see this with people that are very ill. And I don't know if this can cross into the body through breathing. I can't say that. I don't know if it can cross into the body by having it on your skin, but it can definitely cross into the body when we drink it. And I say definitely. It's not like it's 100% proven, but that's our best current belief, because we see the similar things inside the blood itself that we see inside the water of people when they bring their water for testing, and we take a look at a blood drop. It's the same shapes. Generally they grow more, and more of them look like larger chunks. But yeah, this stuff this is not what we're supposed to see, I think, in water. Why are there stem cells in the water? Why are these things found in every water supply practically that we find? There's a worm-like one right there. It's very pronounced through the whole thing. This is more than most. This is more. First off, it's more than any rain that I've seen before, and we've looked at a few. It's definitely different and odd. Yeah. It's so pronounced. These crystals, to me it looks like pieces of technology. When this is in the blood, for example, we see immune cells go right past this until it's dead. And once it's like it's stealth. It's like a stealth technology. But once it's dead, the immune system is really good at tearing it apart. It sees it then. But while it's alive, like in the case that you're seeing here, this stuff is like stealth when it goes into the body. Yeah, if you follow more videos, I can give you examples of what this stuff looks like in the blood. Yeah, that's what it looks like in the blood, for example, in context of with the blood cells. But what we notice is that in here, these cells in the blood are more affected, more sick than the ones that are further away. So these things seem to have a direct effect on the cells themselves. And notice the stem cells attached to them, stem cells out in the plasma. This is one of the worm ones that we find. This is one that we've affected with frequencies that we can actually blow holes in it. What's very interesting is that there is blood actually associated with these things when they grow. This blood normally would not show up on this type of microscope because it's shown as plasma typically. So you see through it, it'll show up in black. This is a different, and the medical literature actually has some science. There is some science around this that shows that the blood inside what they would deem parasites, I'm not saying this is that or not, is a different DNA, non-human DNA. So these things weren't made from humans. I just think they were acquired from the outside. I have a lot of thoughts around this, but I'll keep those thoughts as part of what we're working on in looking at this in our research. All these cells are inflamed, stacked together and not well, that are around these things when they show up. This is the the worm type from a high level. You can see all these little dots are those stem cells. And I'm saying, everything I'm saying I want to say loosely and say for entertainment value or whatever, because I know that anything you say can and will be used against you in clips and things like that. So just look at this from an entertainment perspective. So, and this is another larger one that looks like a combination of a few stacked together. This one is mostly de-energized or dead. You can see that the stem cells on it are very infrequent, whereas this one is dying off, but all the stem cells, it looks like there's thousands that are attached to that. So the tap water here has these in it as well. So does bottles of water. I'm going to leave it at that for now. To find out more, there's our contact information. stansrecoveries.com brings you to 200 or so plus recoveries from the work that we're doing. This is a private research center. It requires a membership. We're not a public institution in any way, shape, or form. It's a private research lab, and Stan's Links gives you information about it, and that's my email address if you want to contact us. And if you want to text to find out more, you can, but the best place to go is just go here and watch some videos.